we are. I want to start by saying take a step back. If you are in a position to where you feel the need or desire to take care of things that just feel heavy, take a step back. If you're watching this video now and you're multitasking, take a step back. And I say this because I have to take a step back. I have to take a step back. I'm exhausted, guys. I am so stretched thin because I am stretched thin. Because I have chosen to take on so many things. And it goes back to that video we were talking about accomplishments to equate to value. And for me, I have also discussed being a mom and having to make decisions for myself that have kind of swayed away from that mindset that I had. And now I kind of have to figure out what I'm going to do, if that makes sense, right? So let me just break it down more. Before I became a mom, I was accomplishment driven. I was success driven. I was appearance driven. I was workaholic. I did so many things, right? And it made me feel valuable. Even talking to my husband, I would always lead with my accomplishments on why I should be, number one, or why I should be seen as someone he can't live without. Even talking to family members, talking to friends, accomplishment was my main goal, was my main drive on who I was. And I've shared this with you guys in previous videos. If I will link it in the bottom too, if you guys are interested in rewatching it. But it was how I gauged myself, which made me come up with the idea of raw being a value, because we try so hard to implement these crazy expectations on ourselves, these crazy mindset standards, things that really have no bearing on who we are, to guide how we live our lives and how we see ourselves. Wild to me. So here I am. I am now a mom, and I made the decision again to leave my job, move here, and put my husband at the forefront of everything. Obviously, he took the reins. He wanted to, but it was one of those moments where I chose to relinquish all of my values, quote unquote values, all of my standards, all of my expectations for myself, and ultimately relinquishing that success, because I wanted to be a mom. I wanted to be here. I wanted to be present. I didn't want him to see me gone after my 6-week period or after my leave was up, and I was okay with that. But then I was faced with my own internal issues, right? I had lived my life for so long using success as the way I valued myself, the way I ran my life. And now here I am in a position to where I can't really do that anymore. Obviously, I'm almost done with school, y'all. I got 2-3 more weeks before I'm done completely with my master's. And I have my businesses. Like I said, I'm in training to work. I have all these different opportunities, and it's cool, but because it's not moving the way a set career does, I feel like I need to constantly add to my list, add to the opportunities, add to my success in order to regain my value. Wild. So here I am. I am 6 months almost past my delivery. So I'm 6 months postpartum. And I have added so much to my list that I have ran into walls. I have had moments where I would just sit there and look at my to-do list or look at these things I want to do and feel complete dread. Why? Why would I do that? Why would I take on something that did not bring me joy, that did not bring a new light to my life? It just brought me dread. That's it. So here I am. Dreadful, absolutely exhausted. And I didn't realize that until today. sitting right here. Obviously, I saw the signs. Obviously, I saw the things that made me feel overwhelmed. But I'm sitting here behind my videos at now 12:19 on a Friday. Excuse me. Trying to keep up and trying to understand what is my purpose. Something that I constantly write in my notebook is a refocus list. Because what are you doing? You know, and I am that type of person where, at least privately, I'm going to constantly ask myself, what the hell are you doing? Why is it that you have taken on so much with no benefit besides being just sad and exhausted? So, once again, take a step back, right? Um, I obviously haven't figured out the solution. So a lot of this is going to be my reflective state, is sharing exactly what I'm going through and sharing what I figured out so far. Let me give you more of an example. I am in the last 2 weeks of my class. I told you guys in another video how I am anticipating to start my next master's or doctorate program within the following week. I am a board member of an amazing nonprofit, which I love. I am restarting my business with a completely new vision. I have 5 platforms under that said brand that I just started on Wednesday. I'm a mom. I am a wife. I am me, and I am exhausted. And something that I have been trying to do when it came to my platform, right? So the platform that I released is exactly that. It is everything I want it to be. But what I have a hard time doing is adding stuff to it that has no real place. You know, like I absolutely love making my body care products. That may be a me thing, and something that I found that I have faced. I'm not sure if it's a cultural thing, so please share in the comments if it is something you noticed culturally. Um, that I have a tendency to take things that I absolutely love, a coping mechanism, a passion, just a slight interest, and try and turn it into a business opportunity. I love my businesses, but the more I'm looking at my list of things I really want to do, it's not really a money making thing. It's more of a nonprofit. It's more of a uh, something to give back. So more of a nonprofit, and I love it. You know, I had someone reach out to me about being on the channel for SheEO, and she asked how much it costs, and I was like, well, no, you know, and it dawned on me. I had one moment where I was like, wow, should I be charging for this? But then my other side was like, no, I started it because I want to help. I didn't have money. I've started my businesses 4 times because I didn't have the money to maintain it. So no, I don't have a desire to make money with this. I have a desire to help. I have a desire to build community. I have a desire to just be that beacon of communication, of mental health, of just sisterhood. That's what I want. And as I'm sitting here trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with my life, I am just stunned at how often I have lost sight of my own passion because I try to put a dollar sign to it, trying to live up to the hype, trying to be a trend, trying to just maintain. And here I am again, stuck with so much product and exhaustion. I don't have to do any of this. I am so focused on promoting. Oh my gosh, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, Pinterest, website. Oh my god, y'all. I made a post yesterday saying how I want to drop Instagram because I can't keep up. I love posting stuff on TikTok and Facebook. Why? Because I easy. But then I have to go to 6 different Instagram pages just to make a post, y'all. This may be my video of me spiraling. So just know, if y'all don't get a video next week, please don't think I'm not coming back, because I am. But it's getting to the point where you have to take a step back. And I say all that to say I think I have my solution. So let me give you these tips. Be ready, write them down if you need them. All right, let's get into it, right? Here we are. My first step, I would say, was I was able to acknowledge. So I'm going to write these down with you because I want to make sure I put them in the caption when I post it, right? So we're going to acknowledge. We're going to take the time to sit in your moment of frustration. And that doesn't mean you hold on to it and make it seem like, oh, I'm sorry, woe is me, boo hoo, I'm the victim. No, we're not doing that. We are not victims here. We take accountability for things we have put ourselves in. Sorry. We are acknowledging exactly what is happening, exactly how that situation has made you feel, for my ladies and for my men, because I know y'all a little better, I should say. You need to focus on what occurred to get you to that point, right? Feelings and events, right? So we're going to take those feelings and we're going to take those events and we're going to move to our next step, which is going to be, what do you want out of this situation? How do you want to change? What is next, right? So how to change and what is next, right? Like I said, I'm writing this down with y'all because I want to make sure I can share this on an actual post, because I do think that, when we get in that moment, we understand what we need to do. I want to make sure I share my experiences the same way I would love for y'all to share yours, right? How do we change? What is next? So what is next for us? We are going to say, I need to see this version of myself compared to another version of myself, right? So I know for me right now, I'm in an overwhelming state. I am in a mentally exhausted state. So for me, I don't want to be here anymore. How to change and what is next is going to be completely different from where I am now. Even your situation, it may be completely different, right? So for me, I need to have focus. I am big on focus. Growing up, my mom would always use that, stay focused. And it really does stick with me. Stay focused, stay focused, stay focused. That is something I'm huge on now. Okay, I need to refocus. What do I need to do? I also am big on clutter. The moment I see no use, if I'm not doing body care anymore, I see no use. It needs to go. I don't need to be distracted by it. I don't need to see it. I don't need to try and understand how I can utilize it somewhere else. No, it'll be a gift. Y'all see it at a raffle. You will see it in my bathroom because I will just use it and I'm going to move on with my life. Chop it up. That was a loss. That's how I'm going to handle it, right? Clutter be gone. So we have two now under our how to change or what is next. Focus and clutter be gone, right? So, and this doesn't necessarily have to be a tangible thing that you're removing. It could also be, I'm sorry, y'all. Hello, welcome. Okay, trying to focus double time. Okay, it could be mental. It could be something you're writing down. Like I have a brain dump list, right? Of all these things that I want to do just randomly. All these thoughts I have, that is me removing the clutter so I can focus, right? So here we are. We have our two. Let's see if I can get one more for you, right? So what is next? I am going to make a new list. One, this is me. I am a list writer. I am going to make a new list of two things. Things I want to see in myself, and I can actually share a note with you guys that I've made in the past that really helps. But things I want to see in myself, that could be better communication on exactly what I want to do. It could be spending more time with my son, spending time outside, things of that nature, because those activities have to play in who you are trying to be in this next round. Okay. So yes, you're gonna have that on there. You're gonna be your new self. What do you want to see within yourself? And then that second part is, what are you focusing on, right? So we said we want to focus, but what exactly does that look like for you? What are you trying to focus on, right? So you need your new and improved list. That's what we're gonna call it, right? So here we are. We have our two things that need to be on it: your focus, and we also need, we're gonna say tasks or goals for ourselves. I know this has turned into like a complete lesson. List for yourself. Okay. So here we are now. I am in my how to change what is next, right? That section was kind of all encompassing. So we're going to dig a little deeper. We say that we want to implement new routines. We say we want to be a different person. We say we want to kind of understand where we're going and how to get there. Your next biggest step is implementing, right? So something else that goes back to what we did in October. You had the time to be mindful with your own routine, be mindful with your habits, be mindful of how you deal with yourself. That should have allowed you to create a routine that will implement your new mindset, right? Your new focus, your new goals for yourself. So, this last step, implementing, should be pretty easy, right? So, you've taken time to understand yourself, understand what you need on a basic level. Now you have this other list that tells you, okay, we're refocusing. Things that I had set in the past weren't aligning properly. I didn't think that was right, but it's trial and error, y'all. You don't have to have it right. If this list doesn't change every, let's say 6 months, you're not growing. And that is where it starts. You need to grow. You need to do things in order to understand who you are and who you are constantly adapting to be. It's kind of a funky sentence, but who you're growing. You're growing with yourself. And if you're mentally not growing with your physical, emotional, or psychological state, you're not going to catch up. Okay, so here we are. We're in our implementing stage. Yes, it is another routine. Make a routine. I love a good routine. And I say I love a good routine even if I don't follow it to a T, because it helps me stay focused. It helps me understand, why are you doing this? When do you need to do it? Why are you doing it in the morning? Why not at night? Why are you doing this? I have a bad habit of making routines and putting my homework time for the morning. I don't do well at when I have free time. I love, love, love doing it at night. I get a lot of work done at night. Okay, so here I am trying to help you figure out your routine. So your routine needs to have not only things that you have to do, right? Your non-negotiables. Non-negotiables. So for me, my non-negotiables is waking my baby up, feeding my child, taking care of Chewy, taking care of my dog, making sure I don't know, some of my chores are done. These are non-negotiables for me in my home because they are things that keep us running. Right? So here we are. You're going to add your non-negotiables to your routine. After that, we're going to focus on that focus part of your second step. Okay? What are you focusing on? Right? What is that new and improved list look like? What did you put on there that you can transform into a task or into a habit? Right? So for example, let's say for me, I want to touch back in with my creative side. This is an actual thing. So for me, when I first started writing my books, it was something I loved to do. Up until the third book, I actively wrote. It wasn't because I was trying to put something out. I was writing. I would like to touch back in with that side of me. I would like to touch back in with my creative side. My dad asked me last night, have you been painting? No, I have not. Why? Why? I loved painting. That was how I coped. But for some reason, I have replaced my painting with a business opportunity. I have replaced my writing with the dollar sign. Why? So for me, on my routine, something that I'm going to implement from my new and improved list is going to be touching in with my creative side, getting to know who I was in the sense of expressing myself on a more intimate level, right? So that's going to be me implementing or creating, we're going to say creating habits from our new and improved. Okay? So these are my 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. These are my 3 steps. Like I said, I will be typing them up and I'll put them in the description box, as well as I'll make a full-blown post for it. But I wanted to go through that with you, and so you can see I don't pull this out my butt. We do this together. I am trying my best to share my experiences with you. I don't want you to think that I'm sitting here just with random people or just myself and it's like, oh, we're going to talk about cookies today. No. If I'm not feeling it, if I don't know how to say it, if I'm not experiencing it, if I'm not able to give you something valuable, you will not get it. I will change an entire month if I have to, in order to make sure I am the most authentic form of myself. And as you saw, we just put this together on camera. I don't mind that. I don't mind seeming like, oh, that's not right. That's not good etiquette. I don't. I want you to see who I am. I want you to see that it is a process. It's not something you're going to figure out. It's not something I have even figured out fully. I am learning, and I am okay with learning and sharing that experience with you. even looking like this. What the hell am I wearing? You know, I haven't looked in the mirror since I got up because, I mean, obviously when I brush my teeth, but I haven't looked at myself since I got up. And it's crazy to me because here I am. I am more comfortable in this state than when I get dressed and put on my makeup and come and sit here and say, hi, welcome back to Just Jaysa. You feel me? I'm here. And you can tell I'm super excited, and I kind of got my second win because of how fast I am talking. I apologize. But like I said, we have these 3 steps in order to really understand how to step back. We are going to acknowledge the feelings and events. We are going to understand how to change and what is next, right? We're going to create that focus and clutter be gone list task. We're going to focus on being focused. And we're going to do that clutter be gone. And then we are going to go in with our new and improved list, right? That is our focuses for this change, as well as a task or goals for ourselves. Okay. After that, we're going to go into implementing the habits that are non-negotiable, as well as the things that we said on our new and improved list that we can turn into a habit for our benefit, right? You can't just make a list and say, oh, I want to be a better communicator, but you didn't give yourself a way to do that. You're just going to keep saying, oh, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to start. You need to think about it. What are things that you can do or you feel comfortable doing in order to build your communication, right? This may be getting out more. This may be giving one person a compliment every time you leave the house. This may be, instead of texting someone you text every day, maybe give them a call, because it forces you to have a conversation genuinely instead of sitting here trying to just text with an LOL or an emoji and move on with your life, right? Or put the phone down, ignore it, and pretend like, oh, that conversation is done, when in reality, no, it's not. Okay. So these are the different things that I would suggest that I want to share with you. I will go ahead and upload the new topics. Give me a minute. Please don't expect it right away, because now that I've had this second wind, I do have to kind of rethink and figure out where I want to go with this. But I will say this video was on biting off more than you can chew. I did not start the video properly, so please don't forget, subscribe to our channel. It will be like this. You get authenticity. You get who I am, right? We are raw and reflective here. Make sure you turn on your notifications. So if I am late, if you're expecting a video at 12 o'clock and you know it's not going up, I don't want you sitting there waiting for me. Turn on your notifications so you know when they come through. Make sure you follow our pages. I don't know if we're going to have our Instagram pages as big as I have made them. I will kind of get back to you on how I'm going to do that. But we do have our Facebook pages. We do have our TikTok page. We do have our website. So regardless of what you need, go to the website. Everything is there. Every link, every video, every picture, everything is up there. So please make sure you just keep up with that. Eventually I will update and get a new website that you guys can subscribe to. But until then, please just stay tuned with me. Be kind. Be kind. Share your experiences in the comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any topic ideas. I'm super open to that as well. Outside of that, I appreciate you guys coming back and supporting me. I love understanding how I can give this to you. I love seeing that vision when it comes to me. I love being able to be open and vulnerable with you. But once again, we will be doing this every Friday and Wednesday. I already have the SheEOs for these Wednesdays coming up posted, so I'm super excited and appreciative for all the women that have signed up with me. That is super awesome. So please make sure you tune in next Wednesday for our SheEO for November, our first one, I should say. Is going to be Mimi, right? Mimi will be on our channel. I have her video up, so please make sure you tune in. But before that, go to the website, go under the SheEO tab, and look at her pages. Check her out, read a little bit about her before she shows up, all right? As always, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And until next Friday, I'm tired, y'all. It's just Jaysa. Bye.